So what that tells you is there is also a link of poverty and lack of civilization. That's why the knowledge equality degree talks about being poor righteous teachers, being righteous teachers to the poor. Because as a 5%, that is our primary demographic. Because when you look again at this society, it's parasitic and feeds off of the poor. So those are the people who need this information and this access the most. So when you found a sense of happiness within yourself, there's certain shit you just ain't gonna do. I ain't gotta do that. I don't need that. So think about this. If you go all the way back to the 7th degree in the 1 to 14s, which talks about why does the devil call our people Africans? It also tells you in that group about a trader who set up a trading post in the jungles of that continent. And one reason that people had difficulty defining who they were is because they were in that type of condition, which made them susceptible to the trader. That trader in the 7th degree is the same trader it talks about in the 1 to 36 that made an interpretation that we would receive more gold for our labor, which was more we was earning in our own country. What made them susceptible? Because when you look up the definition of jungle, a jungle means entangled growth. That's what a jungle is. It's entangled growth. At the same time, when you look at the word jungle in American colloquialisms, a jungle is also a hobo camp. You know what a hobo is? It's a homeless person, a drifter, a person that's here or there. They're nomadic in a sense. So because they don't have an origin or no sense of foundation, it makes them easily led in the wrong direction. It also makes them prone and susceptible to being taken advantage of by a trader making an interpretation because they obviously don't have the basic necessities in life. A person that's a hobo, they always trying to find out where they're getting their next meal from. They usually got the clothes on their back, unless they got a stash of their clothes somewhere, and they ain't really got no shelter like that. So you're not going to get a high level of civilization out of a person like that. Anytime you look at those human family members who have been in their primitive state, you don't see a high level of culture or civilization coming from them who are also always looking where they're going to find their next meal. That's where they're dedicating their time to, where they have to figure out how they're going to have some shelter for the day or to clothe themselves. So when you look at a society like ancient Kemet or ancient Egypt or any of the other classical societies, the reason why you see those high levels of civilization is because people secured those basic necessities. True indeed, say love, hierarchy of needs. People secured that as a foundation. So they were able to actually ponder or to consider other aspects of life because those basic needs were taken care of. When you go into certain communities, just in this society, you see people who may not express a high level of civilization, meaning knowledge, wisdom, understanding, culture, and refinement, because they have become savages in the pursuit of happiness. So savage, you take it all the way back to the wisdom degree in the 1 to 14s. A savage is a person who has lost the knowledge of themselves and is living a beast life. Right? So if you think about it in relationship to it being the 17th degree, knowledge God, the importance of you as women is the 17th letter in the alphabet is Q, which is queen. one of the things that I talked about maybe a class ago is how you look at the measure of a society by assessing the state of its women. You are the standard, because take it back to the knowledge degree in the 1 to 40s. The earth is the home of Islam. So if Islam is our self-Lord and master, or me having the capacity to be who I am, a lot of that is based upon you. You set the standard, you're the first teacher. You set the tone. So if you want to see the state of a society, you just go and look at what's the women doing. What level are the women on? Because you are the mother of that civilization. So when we're talking about the meaning of civilization, there's an intimate relationship and connection to what it means to be a queen. If a woman is not in a queen state, then it's going to be difficult to establish any level of civilization. So now you take it to the knowledge build degree. What is the duty of a civilized person? It says the duty of a civilized person is to teach he who is savage, or she who is savage, civilization, righteousness, the knowledge of himself, the science of everything in life, love, peace, and happiness. So once you've attained a level of civilization, now it's your duty to teach that and to share it with others. That's the only way that you can perpetuate civilization. Because if you don't, and you're not responsible in that way, you're going to see the atrophy, or you're going to see the degeneration of civilization.